Hello, welcome to another episode of Gotta Start Somewhere Regulation F with Pokemon Showdown. Always waiting day by day for the Pokemon champions to come. Today is December 27th. I hope that you guys have a wonderful end of the year. And also, if you like my content so far, please consider subscribing, leaving a like or comment. Anything helps out with the channel, and I would appreciate it very much. So, let's get started. Okay, it is Incineroar, Amoonguss, Urshifu, Flutter main, Porygon 2, and Ursaluna. I'm thinking there is a Trick Room somewhere. Sinistra is not a bad idea in the bag. I think I want to bring in the Tinglu. I want to bring in the Sinistra. I'm not sure if I want to lead. I think I do want to lead. Let's lead it. And Chien-Pao, Dragonite, Zapdos, Gouging Fire. I think Zapdos helps. And Dragonite helps in case the Flutter main is in the back. But I do want something against the Ursaluna, which I have the Sinistra. So do I bring in the Dragonite or do I bring in the Chien-Pao? I think I'm bringing the Chien-Pao. Seems more well-rounded against the enemy. So it is the Incineroar and Flutter main. I am worried about fake outs. I am worried about dazzling gleams. I do want to protect to take out the fake out away. And I'm also scared of Shadow Ball. So I'm going to Water Terra Trick Room. Fake out gets protected. Shadow Ball does less damage because I have Water Terra. Now I am faster. Oh, but I can't Terra. So that actually not the greatest. But now I can Earthquake fast. And I can also Strength Sap fast too. Let's take some. Let's heal with the Sinistra. Okay. Urshifu, Rapid Strike. Okay, I'm going to Strength Sap and heal up. And probably. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have. Earthquake again, and I'm gonna strength sap the Urshifu. Could have followed me. It might spore actually. What does it try to spore? But I have no defense against spore. Okay, so he spore me first. Okay, at least I'm gonna take that down. U-turn. Takes this down. Incineroar comes out again. I am protected. I have water. Then I hit Earthquake again. I'm going to... Can't really switch out. I think I just have to take the Spore at this point. Stall out the Trick Room. Maybe it wasn't such a great idea. It's gonna take a turn. It already did take a turn of sleep, so let's see how much. Okay, woke up. Super effective. Citrus Berry. Strength Sap. For the heal, Flare Blitz. Takes a little bit of damage. And now in my Spore again. So I'm going to bring in my Zapdos. And protect. Spore gets protected. I am now faster. I want to take out the Amoonguss. I might not be able to take it out with Dual Wing Beat. Okay, protects. Brave Bird, knock off, doesn't have Scarf anymore. Earthquake should kill. There is that. I'm gonna throw Urshifu. Gonna switch out into Sinistra for the Tinglu. And then also Brave Bird on Amoonguss. Because you're probably going to attack my Tinglu and then do some sort of Rage Powder or something on this. Okay, Flutter Mean, Surging Strike. Why are you Surging Striking the... What happened here? I think that is a misclick. Okay. Yeah, I think he misclicked. But if he still attacked the Sinistra, I would have still won. Yeah, probably, because Flutter Mane is right underneath the Sinistra. So that's probably what happened. Alright. Well, I am sorry, but a win is a win. And we are going to move on to the next portion of the battle. Alright, let's get started with the review. So, the enemy is running Incineroar, Amoonguss, Urshifu. I think this was water. I don't know, it only used U-turn. Fluttermane, Porygon 2, and Ursaluna. So now there are two types of lead that I think I should worry about. I think the first type is the one that he brought, which is, yeah, Fluttermane and Incineroar. And then the other one would be Porygon and Ursaluna. That's usually what I should be worried about. He chose to bring Fluttermane in Incineroar. It seems that it is quite common against my team for the enemy to bring the Fluttermane, because it has pretty good offense against Tinglu, Sinistra with the Shadow Ball, Galarian, like literally everything. And one of the only way that I can win is either go faster and kill it, or Terra, either the Dragonite or the Tinglu for the win. Like a Steel Terra, Iron Hand is some of it. Just today is the 27th, and it's very likely for enemy to lead Fluttermane if they have it. Is my 4 correct? What did the enemy end up bringing? Fluttermane, Incineroar, Urshifu, Water, and Amoonguss, right? Urshifu, Water, and Amoonguss made me want to bring Zapdos. I think Sinistra I brought for Ursaluna, which they didn't end up bringing, and also the Urshifu Water is very strong against it. Zapdos for Amoonguss mostly, and also Porygon 2. And I think I brought the Chien-Pao from what I understand. Yeah, as a backup for Amoonguss, and the Also, with some damage into the Flutter main, I could Sucker Punch it for it to die. Because it doesn't run any priority moves, thank god. Enemy is running Incineroar and Flutter main. And boosts their energy with special attack, so it's not a fast variant. Okay, protected. And I didn't want to get Shadow Balled. So that was my reasoning. Or Dazzling Gleam or anything is very weak against it. So my Sinistcha would have most likely died if the enemy decided to do that. Which I could... No, I wanted to... It was the fake out pressure that I was worried about. And then the Shadow Ball for the Sinistcha. I was able to Trick Room, so now I am faster. I think this is the only one of the only times that Trick Room actually did something in the beginning, but then it ended up not working out at the end. Hold on. My kid is... Yep, he needs me. I'll be right back. I'm sorry, let's get back to it. I think I was trying to figure out what the best turn 1 is. I know I have to evade the fake out somehow. I know that the fake out of Incineroar is not going into Timu. Maybe Flare Blitz goes into Sinistcha, but we know that or a knockoff, but at least the Timu is not getting fake, is definitely getting the fake out if it is. And the Flutter main I need to deal with does have Shadow Ball normally, so that's the reasoning why I Water Terra my Sinistcha. If I wanted to Poison Terra my Timu for the Terra Blast, I could choose to switch in my Zapdos instead. Take the Shadow Ball, probably does not die because it's halved. And then with the Scarf, I'm able to probably close combat Incineroar, and then it dies. That is also something. To think about, but for sure Zapdos will die in that process, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that yet. So I need to decide if the Poison Terra on Timu is worth it to save either the Sinistcha or the Zapdos, or even Chien-Pao. Chien-Pao could get Sucker Punch on the Flutter main, and then use the Poison Terra Blast on the Flutter main for the kill. That is also a possibility. But I think this one is still okay, what I did. Strength Sap on Incineroar. He does switch out, so it definitely was worth it in some way. And I could have Strength Sap left, but that's okay now, because that is the water. I want to take that as much as possible. I could have Rage Powder actually here. But I wanted to heal. I don't know why I didn't do that. I definitely should have Rage Powder. And he did U-turn there. He could have. He was going to sleep it. That's why he Surging Strike there. But definitely, the better thing was to Rage Powder, take the Spore, and I guess there's no reason to get off the Earthquake. It doesn't do that much damage right now, so I could have Rage Powder and then switch in my Zapdos. Nope, I did not do that because I'm slower because of the Trick Room. So now this is where the Trick Room is actually working against me. It helps when I have when the enemy has the Flutter Mane up, but it is bad if the opponent is already trying to run the Trick Room team as a base, right? They have Amoonguss, they have Porygon 2, they have Ursaluna, so they do have some Mon that are able to benefit from the Trick Room. And I do have Scarf and Chien-Pao, which are both relatively fast. It might be slower than the Urshifu, but it's definitely not slower than the Amoonguss. I'm just gonna write down, be careful, pressing Trick Room. If enemy can benefit from it. Well, so in this case, Trick Room is definitely the problem in the turn 1. So probably the better thing to do would be to Water Terra, Strength Sap the Incineroar, and Protect, right? That's definitely something to do, and then leave the Trick Room at least. Then here I can Rage Powder, switch in my Galarian Zapdos, and then able to just kill everything with the Scarf. I could Rage Powder again, and then take the Urshifu attack and probably like a Brave Bird or a double wing. Only thing that I am concerned about is whether the double the dual wing beat is able to take out the Incineroar. I do want to count for that. Sorry guys. Because there are many instances in that game that I was thinking, am I going to hit the dual wing beat or am I going to hit the Brave Bird? That times 2, right? I am adamant I am running 204 attack, and the rest of it not really. What is the Defiant? Okay, yeah, wasn't anything like that. Could I have led Galarian Zapdos instead of Sinistcha? Would definitely have helped out. Then I could have. No, never mind. Because then I would have to Ghost Terra, and then he will put Dazzling Gleam, and then I'm probably in a similar situation as me leading the Sinistcha. Amoonguss, what is the usual spread? Relaxed. What is relaxed? Relaxed nature is that. Okay, lower speed and up the defense, or whatever it is higher defense. And they run 205, let's say 252, 180. 252, 180. So it would do about, let's say about 35% each hit. And with that, it would not have killed. Most likely, maybe if I'm lucky. Dual wing beat, does in average 35% per hit. And data acquisition, right? It always works out for the better eventually. So Spore happens, like I said, this is fine. And in here, Incineroar came back in with the U-turn. Earthquake because I want to see if it can win. And also Strength Sap, I think, on Incineroar. Now I'm like a little bit tied because of the Trick Room. I know whatever that comes in is now very vulnerable to Amoonguss pressing Spore because I am slower on the Trick Room. So don't use Trick Room when there's Amoonguss. It does really put a wrench in my plan. That's why I just try to kind of stall as much as possible with the Earthquakes, Strength Saps, Flare Blitz. Doesn't do too much. And now I have one turn to stall. I think that's why I protected and then I switch in. Because he's not likely to Spore. Yeah, he's going to Spore the Tinglu. He did Flare Blitz the Sinistra slot, which is a little bit weird. Because it would have been water, maybe he thought my Chien-Pao was going to come in. But now I could just Earthquake and probably... I could have dual wing beat Amoonguss here. Probably should have. But it wouldn't have mattered. Knock off, no longer have the sash, but Earthquake is able to kill. And then Urshifu comes out. Do I switch out? Yeah, I was scared of the Tinglu coming in, and then I Brave Birded the Amoonguss. Like I said, could have still dual wing beat here. What is the better play here? What am I reading into? I'm reading into the fact that Amoonguss may Spore, and also the Urshifu can Surging Strike, but maybe Surging Strike into Tinglu because that would probably kill. That's why I switch out the Tinglu into Sinistra to take the Surging Strike. Trying to kill the Amoonguss, and it, for some reason, he misclicked here, and then he Surging Strike his Flutter Mane. But I think usually you hit that, and then whatever is on the left is there, and then your own teammate is on the bottom, so he was definitely Surging Striking into this initial slot, and it would have just taken out the... Oh yeah, that's why the Flutter Mane died here. But I was Brave Birding into the Flutter Mane slot, so even if he didn't do that, Surging Strike will bring it down to very low, and then the Zapdos is gonna Brave Bird, probably. Even if it doesn't kill it, it's going to bring it down pretty close. And a Masha Gosha turn after should have sealed the game. And that's how I won the game. Well, he did mess up. Thank you. But I think even if he didn't, I would have still managed to win out in the end. So, and I still had my Chien-Pao in the back, so I could just bring in my Chien-Pao if everything dies, and then just bring it out that way. Well, guys, thank you for watching so far. I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's to come. I'm probably gonna see this for the next couple of days because it is the holidays. The year is almost over. I hope that 2025 has been a fruitful year for all of you, and 2026 to come will be the best one ever. Well, I will see you soon, and I will see you in the next battle.